Whew. Hey guys, Ogwan. Welcome back to another great episode of the Bourbon Jamaican. You got Dropping Nukes and yours truly, and we are excited. We're probably a little late to the party, but we got that new Elijah Craig barrel proof, the A125. So this is the first release for them this year, and this is coming in at 118.1 proof, so ABV 59.1. For MSRP, it's at 74.99. So some places you might see a little bit higher. Age range on this one is coming in at 10 years, 7 months. I think they kind of went down on the age a little bit, because I think last year they had a couple that were 11, maybe 12 years. And I think maybe they even had a 13-year one prior. So they must be trying some new stuff coming down as far as the age on this one.
I think that as far as the bourbon world is going, you're going to see a lot more bourbon that is underage, just because of how
high demand
certain distilleries, responded to the bourbon boom, and now you're seeing the beginning steps of the crash. Depending on who you talk to, some would say it's already crashing. But either way, neither here or there, we get a fabulous bottle today to bring to you guys. I know a lot of people are huge fans of the Heaven Hill and Elijah Craig series. Me, myself, there's certain Elijah Craigs that I've enjoyed, and then not so much on others. So it's a hit or miss for me personally. So I'm excited to pour this up and see what it's about, because like I said, sometimes it just drinks way too hot for me personally.
What?
You don't hear me say that very often.
That's my line. You can't take my line.
It drinks way too hot for me, and there's just overwhelming spice. So I'm hoping that this is going to be a dessert, as some previous years have been, So that's what I'm looking forward to. That's what I'm expecting.
Last year is pretty good, so I think most of this, I'm excited to see. I've heard that it's been in comparison to the C924, which was one of our favorites. I think we blew through a couple of those, because I had 2 and those are gone.
I didn't look it up or recall, so feel free to call me out in the comments section. I'm pretty sure Elijah Craig was in, if not, it was definitely in the running, if not Bourbon of the Year. I can't recall. I'd have had to go back and look.
Yeah, for you bourbon encyclopedias, Brady's not here with us to give us some of that encyclopedia knowledge. You would have known.
I know it was at least consideration.
Yeah, I think it definitely was in the running for it. But I also was that the toasted rye, which was pretty good, because I think that for us that beat like the Mixtures toasted rye that came out. But you excited to jump in?
Let's get it.
So it's a little, for me, it's not as syrupy. It's kind of thin. And then the color.
The nose tastes like, I can almost taste it for real. But it's like a cinnamon red hot. That's what I get. Like the red hot candies.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm getting
which I could be in my head.
I think you're
because I know Elijah Craig. I pick up cinnamon so much every single time.
I get a little bit of it, but I do get a lot of caramel, and I'm getting a little bit of oak. Hopefully, the caramel and the oak kind of overpowered. It's definitely getting that.
It's all cinnamon for me, folks.
All right, let's try it. No cinnamon. So I'm getting a little bit of like apple, custard apple.
I could see the apple. The apple doesn't stick out to me as much, but I can see the apple.
I can taste it, but the caramel is like a caramel custard apple almost. But it's thin. It's not as thick. And then
in the past, right, they would coat the tongue, and they would, the actual, this is one of the lighter burning Elijah Craig's that I've had in a while. Like it's not overpoweringly like hit you in the chest type thing, right?
For coming in at 113, it's
118. But I'm pretty sure this is one of the lower proof Elijah Craig's, like you said, right?
Yeah. So.
Because they're up in the 120s.
120s, 125. I think the last one we got, the last barrel proof. So I guess that's the A. Well, that's from 2019. Because we went through the 24 and the 23 because you all like them so much. But I got an A, is it A119? That one is still like 126.
You never know what you're going to find in the vault of the bourbon Jamaican. Before he made friends with Brady and I, there was much dust on bottles.
Because I was waiting for the boom.
Waiting for the right moment. You know, honestly, this may be one of my favorite Elijah Craig's that I've had. You know, I don't get up all in the hype of the barrel proof of Elijah Craig, but I've definitely tried, you know, several years of the barrel proof, and this may be one of my favorite for me personally. It drinks to me, and it's not over. The nose follows the palate.
Yeah. Like
it really does. You pick up all the same flavors on the nose that you do that you drink, but it's not overkill. Yeah. Usually the cinnamon, it's like, for me when I drink Elijah Craig, think of just pouring cinnamon on a teaspoon, you know, and just throwing it up in there. That's kind of how I feel when I drink Elijah Craig, but this one's actually pretty refreshing. I like it.
And the finish is long. Like, I like the long finish, and you still get that warm Kentucky hug. But like you said, everything is balanced. It's nothing's overpowering. It's like,
oh yeah,
sitting here, I feel like I needed to pour like.
I could actually do damage to this bottle.
Yeah, so that's
for sure.
I
could do damage to the bottle, and it flirts with you a little bit on the palate because it almost gives you that oily coat thickness.
Now I'm getting it. Like once you let it salivate, you start getting it.
You start chilling it, and it sits there and it coats your whole tongue. The only thing it lacks is that gum feel, you know what I mean? I like
numbness.
Yeah, and it drops it out. That's the only thing that it's lacking, but
overall,
I don't. Me personally, I don't know if it's the $80 bottle of my choice. But I would, if you're a fan of Elijah Craig, I mean,
what did you give it out of 10?
I gotta bump it down because of the price point, but I'd give it a 7.5.
Yeah, that's fair.
7.5 out of 10. I know some of you Heaven Hill fans out there, y'all are gonna say that the proof is lowered and we want the higher proof. There was another bottle that we did that was like that too, that here recently with Brady. I can't recall it.
I don't remember.
But they lowered the proof point on it.
Yeah.
So
we'll have to go back and check. Or you can go and check out a couple of the videos, see if you can
let us know
a needle in the haystack.
Let us know what your favorite Elijah Craig of what you've had and been able to enjoy, because I'm curious. There's a huge fan base out there for Elijah Craig, and you know I'm kind of on the fence of what I was. Kind of like them a couple years ago on the Bookers, and I think Bookers fan. So maybe that turned me into the Elijah Craig fan. You know,
the Booker's Unlimited.
But Springfield Unlimited.
Yeah, I know. I think somebody has one more, and I need to go get it probably next week before it's gone. But guys, perfect start to the year. Elijah Craig, A125, MSRP $74.99, coming in at 118.2 proof. 10 years, 7 months. I hope y'all enjoy this video. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Returning viewers, like always, thank you guys so much for all the support, and come back and see us. Peace out.
Much love. See you guys.